The new buzzword that's a hit among the kids recently is larping, or maybe I'm just late to the party. I feel like this has been making the rounds for a bit now. Honestly, if you clicked on this, then you already know what larping is. It's basically just being a poser, if y'all even know what that means. There was a stupid The Boys meme with Charlie's Inferno and the "Excuse me sir" audio that was just run into the ground so fast. I have no idea how this quote-unquote meme got tied to the concept of LARPing, but it went on to be known as LARPing the Boys meme or something like that. I feel like everybody has been a mild LARPer or been mad at a LARPer before, either trying to fit in yourself or seeing somebody else pretend to be in your fandom only to get every single thing they say wrong. I want to talk about the musical world of LARPing and some of the artists I think get LARP the most because there's some bullshit out there, and honestly the concept of LARPing is a little funny. Also, for a fun game, take a shot every time I say LARP in this video. You're going to f***ing die. We should all remember the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake 2 years back. It was an iconic cultural moment along with the size and scope. You're obviously gonna have people LARPing these artists. There were the allegations that people were being paid to LARP either side, mostly being influencers quote-unquote LARPing Drake or saying nice things about them while it looked like they had a gun to their head. Drake was a really big name, so it was no surprise for random people online to see everything and think, oh yeah, I heard Hotline Bling once, and come to his defense while knowing nothing about either artist or the situation. I feel like while Drake had LARPers, and honestly will always have LARPers considering the amount of hits and listeners he has, I think that Kendrick was LARPed the most out of this specific situation, which makes sense as it was clear that he came out on top. Do I even need to mention Not Like Us? That song was such a hit and had so many people who never heard of Kendrick Lamar screaming the lyrics. Kendrick Lamar? Oh, you mean the A minor guy. Actually kill yourself. Not Like Us basically brain rotted a generation because it was actually a really good song at first, but it got so burned into the ground I failed to take it seriously at this point. I know it's not really a serious song, but even when it came out, it had that aura of being a kick in the balls. And now it's reduced to A minor and what other iconic lyrics there are, I don't know. The situation was made worse when G and X came out, introducing the lyric that we all know and hate from TV Off. This lyric was pretty stupid and funny at first, but oh my goodness, it was more run into the ground. Do you remember those edits where it'd be like a clip from a TV show and somebody says mustard in it and it just flashbangs you and gives some poor kid a seizure?
Excuse me, I meant to buy normal mustard, and when I got home I realized I bought honey mustard. Is it cool if I just go shopping?
I don't give a flying fuck, homeboy.
Dude, honestly, those were some of the funniest videos I've ever seen, but you get the point, right? Kendrick got to the point where he's just the mustard guy to a lot of people, and while I do think that's really funny, I think it's also kind of sad. Kendrick and Drake are super easy to LARP, especially now. Considering their cultural relevance and iconic songs, the LARP meter is pretty high on these two. Even though I've seen some people say that you can't LARP an artist that big, you definitely can. Trust me. I feel like there are so many people who have heard 2 Slimy's name but have no idea who he is or what he does. And I'm coming out as one of them. Me, Gracie Oliver, is a 2 Slimy LARPer. 2 Slimy has been turned into an inside joke in the underground scene, and honestly it is for a good reason. I listened to a few songs off his album High Anxiety, and it felt like I was being given straight wood chipper while a congressman sucks my brain out my— Why did I write this? I don't think 2 Slimy is a bad artist, but oh my gosh, this is so much. It's not hard to understand why he's basically become a buzzword at this point. I don't even think people are LARPing 2 Slimy. I just think he's being bullied at this point. He's not like that bad though. I enjoy listening to him, even if when somebody calls him straight noise pollution, I can't really refute that. Kind of a guilty pleasure though. Listen to my song on Spotify. Listen to my song on Spotify. Listen to my song on Spotify. Or Apple, I guess. Oliver Tree was more of a personality than a musician in my mind, and that's not meant in a bad way. I say that because I saw him on podcasts and collabs more than I saw his actual musical works, so I guess I only think that because I wasn't really a fan. Unfortunately, Oliver Tree got into an accident a month or 2 back that was really sad news for everybody, but you know what the internet has to say about a celebrity death. It's time to make it a trend. The idea behind the trend is that people would start following Oliver Tree's accounts after he had died, and people would stalk his recent followers list and call them out for LARPing him. This is just kind of stupid. Like, yeah, pretending you were a fan to profit off of a tragedy is bad, but just following him on social media is not enough for a call out. And you might be saying like, oh, this was only a joke, nobody actually did this. Like, you know damn well people are actually doing this. It's the internet, people are gonna be stupid and dumb about these events. The presumably staged videos are pretty amusing, even if you could argue they're in bad taste to the guy. I think the concept of LARPing dead people is pretty disrespectful in general, on both sides, but I think policing others about it is almost even worse. I feel Radiohead is one of the most commonly LARP bands. Like, most people know about Radiohead, and when they see Radiohead, they're like, oh yeah, I love Radiohead, but they haven't even listened to a full album. That's just the definition of a poser or a LARPer. They just see something they recognize and act like they're an OG for it. The existence of the song Creep is like LARPer's paradise. This song feels like it's everywhere and everybody knows about it. This gives way for the Creep listener to act like they know everything about the band. If you say your favorite Radiohead song is Creep, fans will probably whip and flay you for that shit. The common LARPer also skims through albums like... What? Why did I write it like this? The common LARPer also skims through albums like XQC, not actually fully listening to it. Most LARPers will actually only check out the most popular songs on an album just to blend in, which I can't decide is worse or better. According to Ryan, the Radiohead fan, LARPers low-key glaze the hell out of OK Computer just because of No Surprises, which seems like the Creep Jr. to me. Maybe they've seen a house edit on TikTok or something, I don't know. I don't really know much about Radiohead as I'm not a huge fan, but everybody I ask about suggestions for this video says Radiohead, so yeah, I don't give a fuck. Okay, seriously, nobody is LARPing the Living Tombstone probably, but I feel it is necessary to mention the YouTube channel, The LARPing Tombstone, because I feel that this is the biggest product of this quote-unquote trend. This channel was made 2 months ago and already has about 450,000 subscribers. This channel follows the trend of people making a LARP version of certain YouTubers and basically just parroting them. But I feel like this is a pioneer of that genre. They've made 3 songs including the Thick of It remix, the Sneakers O'Toole remix, and their biggest hit, Larping the Rooms. Larping the Rooms feels like the perfect storm of popular buzzwords. Being a play on an already trending song Looping the Rooms, remixing this into a Living Tombstone style track. The cherry on top of this is that Looping the Rooms is also a Backrooms parody thing. I have no idea what inspired such genius, but cramming 3 trending buzzwords into one video is destined for success. That being almost 8 million views. I think this channel was inspired by the original Thick of It x Thomas the Tank Engine remix thing. People always commented on that saying it sounded like a The Living Tombstone song, and then this channel made an actual The Living Tombstone inspired remix and it just took off from there. The worst part about this channel is all this stuff is really well made. Like, scarily so. Maybe it's just because I'm a huge Living Tombstone fan, but I would unironically play this and I may or may not have already been. This channel's existence is honestly so funny, and it's inspiring knowing something this stupid can exist with so much actual passion put into it. I love making a video about this and hoping it gets 1 million views due to the buzzword usage. LARPing is such a stupid thing, and I feel that being annoyed at actual LARPers almost feels stupid at this point, just because of how dumbed down the phrase has gotten. If there are any artists that you are LARPing, drop them below so we can start the LARP train, and subscribe to me.